I have some ideas that I want to share with everyone in general, but more so of the Virginia market to help the employees and the restaurant owners explain to the customers exactly what's about to happen because it's going to get chaotic. The restaurant business is chaotic in general. There's nothing you can do about it. If you want to be successful in the restaurant business, for all the people who are aspired restaurant entrepreneurs or people who just want to get into business in general, it's chaotic. The busier you are in a restaurant, the more chaotic it is. But the best thing you can do, which I have a book that I wrote recently, it pretty much gives you a guideline of how you can be successful and hold it all together, organize your chaos. And this is what this How to Restaurant Phase 1 prepared for you guys to read. It's a short read. It takes literally maybe about 10 to 15 minutes to read, maybe 30 minutes to scrutinize the document if you want. But I think it's realistic. I don't think this should be a policy or put into law, pushed through legislation and all of that. But I think that it's going to help a lot of people in general. It's going to help everyone understand, and it'll help the blood flow in the economy for this opening up. So what I go through in part 1 here, pretty much everyone is gonna be at each other's necks. Look, we've all been quarantined or at home for the most part, and now that the economy is opening and people are able to go out and people have money, even if you're unemployed, you're getting a pretty fat substantial check, everyone's gonna want to rush to go out. And what people have to understand is that yes, everyone wants to do exactly what you're doing. Bottom line, everyone wants to do the exact same thing. So how do you control this chaos? How do you organize it? Patience and empathy and practicing that, and I go through it in this passage. It's going to be better for you to read it. This kind of thinking is crucial as we walk into phase 1, because like a bear waking up from a deep sleep after hibernating, that will be the mood of the people with the motion of bats fleeing from their caves. And that's absolutely correct. I already seen it today. I went jogging this morning. It was only 8:30, 9 o'clock, and people already at the patio. I mean, they have it set up pretty nice here in downtown or colonial Williamsburg. So in part 2, I articulate necessity or luxury, and as the consumer, the customer that wants to go out, you have to understand, like right now we're supposed to only really go out for necessity, and they're encouraging that. It's not a rule or a law, but they're encouraging that you limit your travel as much as possible. But now everyone's gonna want to go out because they just opened the economy. What you have to think before you leave is it really necessary for you to go to a restaurant? Am I telling you not to? Absolutely not. I encourage you go out. But just remember that it's a luxury. So when you go to the restaurant, what I explain here is don't go in there with this attitude and thinking like everyone has to do everything for you, like they're your slaves. The servers are there to provide a service, not to slave for to cater to all of your needs. It's going to be chaotic at first, and everyone's going to be getting back in the swing of things. So I encourage all the customers that are going out there to understand, along with the patience and empathy, to understand the difference between necessity and luxury. You don't have to go to a restaurant to eat. You can literally go to a grocery store and make your own food. We were just stripped of these luxuries, so just don't forget about what we just went through for the past 2 months, and try to understand what's going on and have patience, because there will be bickering back and forth. And then I break down in part 3, which is my favorite part, which is the most fruitful. That's the juicy part of this fruit that I'm offering the public and society, is part 3, the seeding and timing. Now, I want you to take a look at this over here. I have 4 tables. I have this gentleman or whoever sitting here. In 40 minutes, he spent $30. This group right here, in 2 hours, they spent $97. In 1 hour, these 2 people spent $7.50. And in 55 minutes, and all this time together correlating, these people spent $130 with 3 people sitting down in 55 minutes. So what I'm trying to explain here is how you can help. If you really want to help these business owners, and you really want to help these servers and bartenders get back to their lives and make money and provide for their families, and you want to see your favorite locations thriving and surviving, the only way that's going to happen is if everyone cooperates at one time. You have to cooperate. If you do not cooperate, you're going to see your businesses fail faster than you can imagine. All right. This is really critical. This can't happen. 1 hour. And I'm talking about, I am talking about literally a business that flows, like they have customers at the door. pretty much all businesses are going to be busy right now. When you limit the capacity of these businesses that are used to being packed, now they're going to have to spread out to other locations. So it's going to be pretty good. I explained that too in this document. I pretty much explain the spread of the wealth. I'll get into that anyway in the next one. But this can't happen if there's a busy restaurant and there's like table after table, like reservations and stuff. It's not wise to go to a restaurant right now if it's busy and you're taking up space just to spend $7.50. And I'm going to explain why. And I'm not trying to say go and blow your whole entire paycheck. If you really want to help the restaurant, you want to give other people an opportunity to sit down and spend money as well, because we all want to equally enjoy these luxuries. If you sit there for 3 hours and you're spending even $20 to $30, and you're taking up space where people, that seat has to just keep changing every 40 minutes or, to an hour if you're busy, as much as possible. You want to give people an opportunity to enjoy the same thing that you're enjoying, and you want to give the business an opportunity to make money. A restaurant has to literally make X amount of dollars per hour in order to survive at the end of the month, and that'll help them survive. And like I said, you could read this as well articulated, and it's fruitful information. 1 hour per table. This is what I'm suggesting for all restaurant owners, business owners, managers, however you want to run the business. This is what I would do and encourage. I would limit each seat for an hour. 1 hour per table, honestly, unless it's not busy. For sure, if it's dead, that's a different story. But if it's busy where you have a line at the door, reservations pouring in, with all fairness, I think an hour per table is logical, in my opinion. 5 to 10 minutes, you seat your guests, keep the introduction conversation to a minimal, but friendly, of course. Drink orders taken and delivered, food order taken and put into the system. That should take 5 to 10 minutes, and you got to understand, it's not that you're trying to rush through the service. It's you're trying to help the economy as well as get your luxurious fix. You want to keep your happiness up, but you also have to give other people an opportunity too, and it helps the business, like it really does. So if you could get this section done in 5 to 10 minutes, and then the food received and eat, you're starting to eat it within 30 minutes or less, and then for the last 20 minutes you have dessert if wanted. You close out your tab, you talk in between, sanitize the table once the customers get up, and within an hour that should be done. Plus, if you're at less capacity, then that kitchen should be pumping food out. If you're used to pumping food out at a high capacity, now that you're at less capacity, that food should be flying out the window. I know you're going to have less employees because you can't afford to have everyone on staff, but it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. That's just a common rule. And I break that down. And then spreading the wealth, going to try different locations, because not every restaurant is going to be packed with the reservations. They're going to have walk-ins, and you probably want to help the economy and help other business owners and help yourselves at the same time to finding a new location. So I offer this information to anyone who's interested in this business, and if you have a business, be just as patient as the customers as well, because it's a win-win for everyone. We get to go and consume, and you guys get to work and make some money. And I think if we all work together, do your best to just show some kind of empathy, just try to understand, a lot of these servers are, and this is specifically for restaurants, but even for retail, whoever, these people, all of us together have just endured some pretty dramatic stuff. They turned the world off. The world literally was turned off, and it kind of still is, half staff, whatever. But we've all just endured, hopefully we're enduring, all of us together, this madness, and we're gonna need each other more than ever at this point. So all the arguing, the bickering, someone took my spot, he got this spot, the burger's overcooked, my fish tastes too fishy, like we always say, we might just want to keep it to a minimum. This is just a suggestion. So I encourage you to go download this link. It'll help explain how we can make everything flow together. Make sure you take care of your customers, and the customers, make sure you take care of your servers and the bartenders. And when you're in, if you're in retail, whatever, this is just in general for all businesses. I wish everybody luck during this reset of the economy, and we out of here. Peace.